All right, everybody, this is another session of Naxum Reviews, and we're going to be talking about the power of product sampling today. I'm blessed to be here with Katie Morgan from Lifebrook. She runs all things operations at Lifebrook, and we've been blessed to work with her for a number of years. And I'm just excited to have a little bit of time to talk about product sampling today. Katie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, hey, before we jump into product sampling and start talking about what it means to other businesses to use product sampling in different cases for how they can do it, go ahead and walk us just through Lifebrook itself. What prompted you and the family that started the company?
Yeah. So back, oh gosh, probably over 15 years ago, almost now, that our family found an acreage of land, and we actually grew like an apple orchard and all this stuff. And then after some research with my father, they had some medical conference or something that came along, and someone talked about these aronia berries, which is what our products are based off of. And they started to research it a little bit more, and they actually ended up planting some on our farm, just a minor to see how it would affect what they did. And part of that was my dad used to take I think it was called mangosteen or something along the lines for some joint that he's feeling from being on the farm. And, something in comparison is the aronia berry. It actually blows it out of the chart on the ORAC chart, really high in antioxidants, and really good for you. So
And
that
a
was
lot of
probably
people know about
2000.
mangosteen. I
Yeah.
mean, mangosteen, there's huge
Yes.
direct sales companies built on mangosteen. Everyone
Exactly.
from Zango, that's now Zija, that's now Isogenics, to all sorts of companies. So a lot of us,
Yeah.
anyone watching is probably really familiar with mangosteen. So Ronio is something new that had similar but even better benefits. That's incredible.
Yeah. Even compared to the acai berry, which, that's a huge billion-dollar industry as well. And, so we just started manually doing and making some juice, because the berry itself, it's really astringent. So when you eat it, it really just dries your mouth out. It has the good properties, but taste is everything too. So really, we started juicing some stuff at the farm, and he did some testing with the mom, and kind of factored in all those things. And eventually they formulated it, and they just kind of used it for themselves and like our family. But then it became more than that. And then finally, we kind of decided, after years of doing our own, trying to retail, all this other stuff, we really realized that direct sales was a way to go, because it's person to person. Truth in marketing is a good thing to say. You take personal references to your heart. If you know somebody and they tell you they think it's going to be good for you or whatever, it's just easier than, a salesperson on the TV trying to pitch it to you. So we really wanted to have that person-to-person action, and we thought, why not network marketing? And that's what we've been doing now for the past 4 years almost.
Yeah.
And it's been a good run so far, and a lot of people enjoy the product. And we do multiple different products now, not only the juice, which is our signature product, but we have like a muscle and joint rub. We're coming out with a new product with aronia berry gummies, which will be a nice asset here in the next month or so.
That's an awesome way to enjoy. That's a really awesome way to enjoy your product.
Tastes like candy.
I love the story, Katie, as we jump into sampling today, because it came out of a real need in your family's life. Like your father wasn't going out there just looking for something; he had a real need in his own life, and aronia berry was that answer. And as your family went through season of that in their life, it became evident that you wanted to share it with others, and just naturally, referral marketing became the way. And so as even we got to work together on platforms, you moved into product sampling in the space. And not every direct sales company does product sampling. A lot of people will, hey, just go to our shopping cart, buy the product and experience it yourself. And some companies say, no, here's a free sample. You taste this first. First, let's talk about why sampling and what prompted you to create the sampling program, and let's talk about kind of why you designed it the way you did, because there's a lot of different ways to design one. So
yes.
Why sampling first off?
Yeah, so I think sampling is a good thing, because it really does give someone an in to try the product, to taste the product. I worked with different people, and they say that they'll order all of the same product from the same company, and they'll then they'll take with the best tasting one, right? So taste is everything too. So even just getting that product taste is crucial to a consumer to say, okay, I like it enough to buy it. And then other factors is if you have a product that, maybe they can see those benefits within a certain amount of period, and you can build your sample to be that. It does give them that introduction that when that 2 weeks or 4 weeks is over, that, hey, I do need this, or something to incline them. So I think that's crucial. And you see so many companies do tiny samplings, but sometimes even just a tiny sample is not beneficial enough to make it realize the change. So sometimes you can view sampling in two different ways, like, for the tasting, but I feel like that also strengthens your bond between the prospect and the actual distributor, right? Because that distributor is willing to give you something for free, basically, to try. So that kind of gives you that trust factor as well. So I think that's beneficial in that marketing space.
You just said something that's really special. We should clarify. Not all sampling programs are the same. So Katie and the team at Lifebrook, they do something amazing. They literally have people who earn credits inside of their system or who buy credits and then ship samples out. And your actual warehouse ships them to the end customer on behalf of the distributor. That's important to hear, because not all sampling programs are created the same, and it's not right or wrong, but there are many people in the space when sampling first started where you would sell sample kits to distributors, and the distributors would buy them in their home and they'd arrive at their personal home. And then when they went to send a sample out, they would literally be going to the post office and slapping a label and, paying for postage and sending the sample to the end customer. Now they're touching it. Probably not the most COVID friendly process in the world we live in today, but they were handling it. And then other sampling programs of the past have been where you would send a prospect, then the next generation of ship it all to the distributor and let him or her sort it out in the mail was, hey, just send people to your website and we'll have a sampling SKU. We'll have a different product that's the sample, and let them buy it or pay for shipping, and then it goes out from the company warehouse. But you went even a step further where you created like rules based on their activities where they could earn sample credits and they could buy sample credits, and then they could just send them from their virtual office. So walk us through the thinking of earning sample credits, buying sample credits, and where that all came from in your culture.
Yeah. So the biggest thing was we wanted to build more than just our normal comp plan, right? That paid out commissions and your bonuses. So we were really trying to find a way to help people build the business, and not just someone who's good at, convincing someone to join by just their words. You have those people, but you have the smaller guys that we really wanted to help, and not just reward the top. So as you ranked through your progressions of bringing people in, or actions that you did, like referring, you built points, and then those points can equivalent to samples. So we do have like a assigned, like, so for example, one of our samples is a 2 full bottle of our juice, which is a 2-week supply, and they can use their berries, to purchase that.
Did everybody hear that? Berries. Do you hear how fun that is? It's Lifebrook, and then you earn berries. How cool is that, gang? I hope everyone hears that. Go ahead, Katie. I love it.
Yeah. So just kind of like a reward system. They do an action, you're rewarded, and then eventually those points equivalent to a sample. And ideally, it's all right in their back office. They simply select the sample they want to send, use their berries, enter the address, and hit send, and it literally comes to our system, and we ship it out. We did it this way because some people are in the business that just can't afford to buy all these samples for other people. So we're trying to reward them by these actions, which then allows them to not have to buy a sample because they've earned it. And now they can hopefully build upon their business. And that was the whole point of it. And, we do it from, like I said, referrals to rank advancements. We even added a rank where they could cash out half of their berries if they wanted. We don't really encourage that because we think the sampling program is the way to go, because, that's what's going to bring you more revenue in the end, residual income and so forth. So it's been a really good thing. And the reason why we did 2 full bottles instead of trying to make our own little sample bottles where it's just a taste test is we really wanted to try to provide the prospect of full experience. Now, yeah,
Mm.
we really want them to be on it for 60 days, 90 days, but 2 weeks should be sufficient enough for them to, hey, I like the taste. Hey, I can get in this routine of taking it twice a day and, maybe see some benefits right away as well.
That's a really good point too, Katie. Is if you think like, oh, we're gonna make the sample this little sleeve and a little envelope, and you rip it, and it's you have to truly know what experience you're sampling. Are you
Mm-hmm.
sampling for taste only, or are you sampling for some end result?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your company invested. Like they said, we
Mm-hmm.
want people to feel a result and then know they want to reorder more because of it, not just a little. I mean, we could have done little tiny sleeves and you zip it and taste it and you're, oh yeah, that's good.
Yep.
But no, you did it in a way where they're truly getting a result, and that's a
Yeah.
powerful tip for everyone to write down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as we wrap up today, what tips would you share with anyone else who's thinking of creating a sampling program for themselves today? What else would you add to that, Katie?
Yeah, I do think, the option to buy is a great way for some people who have that availability of income to spend on their business, which, is always beneficial. I know a lot of people just buy product and then just sample it out to their friends and family around them. It's a great way to do as well. But I think actionable items are really crucial because it just really incentivizes a distributor to go out and do something, right? If we're just always giving them the option to buy this or buy that, when you add an actual item to say, hey, you can get this if you do this, right?
You can earn it.
Yeah, you can earn
Yeah.
it. And then the company benefits as well, right? Because
Hmm.
eventually, in hopes that sample is a true sample going to a very interested prospect, turns into a reoccurring order every month, or a new
Hmm.
advocate or new distributor. So I think
Hmm.
having an actionable sample program is kind of crucial. I mean, it's beneficial in many ways.
And I love that. So there are a couple of things you can think about as you're putting together a sampling program, everybody, that Katie's alluding to is you can have things like part having samples included in your starter kit. So when someone signs up to be an advocate in their situation, or ambassador, influencer, whatever you call the independent representatives that promote your company, right? You can have 3 sample credits, that come inside their starter kit where they can send samples out to new people in their life right away. You can have them earn samples. So, oh, finish this getting started training in this, and then earn samples, or take this much action and then earn samples. We many times will deploy our predictive app. We've done it over 2 dozen companies here at Naxum, our predictive app, where people earn action points for calling, finishing training videos, sharing content in social media, following up with direct messaging. We even have clients who allow people to cash in action points for things, so you can have people get rewarded just for being an action taker, not closing sales for commissions, but just taking the daily actions it takes to build a business, and can give them things like sample credits to be able to send out more samples in their world. So it's a powerful way to think about it, and you want to look at both the two different experiences you're designing. One is the experience of the actual end prospect who's getting that sample, and is that person going to say, yeah, I want to reorder, like I want this in my life? There's that experience. And then the other one is the experience for your promoters, right? Is that the experience of how they get samples and how they send them out to where it can become a part of their everyday experience as well? Well, I want to thank you so much, Katie, for your time today, for joining us. I loved having you here on the session. Thank you for those insights and dropping those knowledge bombs for everybody. And we're looking forward to connecting with you soon. All right,
Thank
have a
you.
blessed day, everybody. All right, we'll see you soon. Bye for now.